Have you ever looked back at a relationship and wondered why you stayed so long? You kept trying, you kept hoping, even when things were clearly getting worse. And somehow, walking away never felt like a real option. That feeling isn't weakness, and it's not love, not in the way you think. It's a psychological trap, and once you see it, everything starts making sense. At the beginning, there were moments that felt real, warm, safe, and genuine. You felt seen, understood, like you finally found what you were looking for. But then something shifted, slowly at first, then all at once. The warmth disappeared, replaced by silence, distance, or even criticism. You couldn't understand it. You kept asking yourself, what did I do wrong? And just when it felt unbearable, the warmth came back, unexpectedly. They became kind again, attentive, almost like the beginning. And your brain reacted instantly, not to love, but to relief. Relief that the tension ended, relief that you didn't lose them completely. And without realizing it, you were already inside a repeating pattern. This pattern has a name. It's called intermittent reinforcement, and it changes everything. It wasn't discovered in relationships. It was discovered in a controlled psychology experiment. A scientist gave pigeons a lever, and sometimes pressing it gave them food. But not every time. Sometimes nothing happened, and that unpredictability mattered. Some pigeons were rewarded consistently, others received rewards randomly. The consistent group stopped pressing when the rewards disappeared. But the random group kept pressing, obsessively, even when nothing came anymore. The unpredictability made the behavior stronger, not weaker, and that's the key. Your brain works the same way, especially when emotions are involved. When rewards are uncertain, your brain pays more attention, not less. It starts chasing the reward, trying to predict when it will come back. And every time it does, it feels more intense, more meaningful. Not because the moment is better, but because it was rare. So your brain begins treating those moments like something valuable to earn. Instead of experiencing connection, you start working for it. That's why unstable relationships feel stronger, more addictive than stable ones. Not despite the pain, but because the pain creates contrast. Warmth becomes a reward instead of something natural and consistent. And your nervous system starts adapting to that cycle. You begin focusing only on the good moments, ignoring everything else. Because those moments feel like proof that the relationship still matters. Even when they become rare, your brain keeps chasing them. You remember who they were, not who they are right now. And that memory becomes the reason you continue staying, even when reality keeps showing you something completely different. This is where it becomes dangerous, because the pattern can be used against you. Some people learn that giving everything makes others stop trying, but giving just enough keeps them emotionally invested. Just enough warmth, just enough attention, just enough hope. And that creates attachment without stability. This is the foundation of emotional manipulation, even when it's not fully intentional. Hot and cold behavior becomes a way to control connection. Affection followed by silence, closeness followed by distance. Each cycle teaches your brain that the reward is coming back. So you wait longer, you tolerate more, hoping it will return. Over time, you stop questioning the relationship, and you start questioning yourself, your actions, your worth. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe I need to try harder. Maybe if I just wait, things will go back to how they were. That's the trap. You're not holding on to love, you're holding on to the reward. So, how do you break it? How do you step out of that cycle? The first step is awareness, seeing the pattern for what it really is. When something feels addictive, that's not always a good sign. It can mean your brain has been conditioned, not connected. You're not responding to the person, you're responding to the relief. The moment when the tension stops, when the silence finally breaks. That relief feels like love, but it isn't. It's just contrast. The second step is noticing the cycle without reacting to it. Warmth, then distance, over and over again. And the final step is the hardest one to take. Stop pressing the lever. Stop chasing the reward. Not because you don't care, but because you finally understand the cost. Real connection doesn't make you earn warmth, it simply gives it. If this feels familiar, it means you're starting to see the pattern clearly. And that awareness alone already changes how you respond. You begin to separate yourself from the emotional pull. You stop reacting automatically and start choosing consciously. And that's where real control begins, not over them, but over yourself. Because once you understand the system, it stops controlling your decisions, and what once felt impossible slowly becomes something you can walk away from. If this helped you understand yourself better, consider subscribing for more clarity like this.